Greetings, adventurers, and welcome back to our tale of daring deeds and ancient mysteries. I'm your host and Dungeon Master Kyle, here to guide you through another thrilling session. But first, as always, a recap of the previous session brought to us, this time, by Lady Tatiana.
After reluctantly getting up and observing the room, I noticed a wall or door, not really a door. It looked like the words "passed through oblivion" were written above. After a little convincing, Ortega went through my door, because clearly it was better and more ominous, and we had to go through the secret door. I followed, not perish, begged to hold hands, and we all skipped through. And then shortly after that, we realized we could not hear each other. We walked down a hallway, which ended up opening up into a bigger room with some statues, a hallway of spikes, and another hallway that led into a room. Ortega went and finally pulled the switch. Then I went around the corner, and turns out they'd been fighting for God knows how long before Parrish and I finally noticed. And I believe they were fighting a couple of flaming skulls, or there was lots of fire, and most of them got damaged until finally, of course, they were defeated. Ari decided that he was going to rummage through a body on the floor and found what looked like a ceremonial dagger and 4 vials of blood, which, may I remind you, he refused to share with the blood expert. Then I went down the hallway full of spikes, which of course had traps, and I got stuck on one of the spikes. Ortega thankfully came and helped me off of them, to then throw me up on the ceiling and challenge me to a race. We ran down the hall. He got stuck, and I ended up sacrificing some of my blood to fill this chalice and get him off the spikes. And that is all.
In this session, our intrepid heroes, Lady Tatiana, Ortega, Parrish, Captain Talus, and Ari, find themselves standing on the threshold of destiny once more. With the echoes of their past victories still ringing in their ears, they prepare to face new challenges and uncover the secrets that lie hidden within the depths of the Betrayer's Rise. Join us as we delve deeper into the heart of darkness, where danger lurks around every corner and the fate of our heroes hang in the balance. Together we'll unravel the threads of fate and forge a path forward to a brighter tomorrow. So gather your courage, sharpen your wits, and prepare for adventure as we embark on another chapter of our epic quest.
So, when we last left off, you guys had moseyed on to past that door that had been locked due to the crystal container that was full of blood. When you guys passed through, you found yourselves into a stairwell, and you started to proceed down the stairs, and that's where we ended it off last time. Now, as you start to descend down these stairs, you start to hear a wailing, like a moaning, a shrill, a very shriek noise coming from below. And it's long, and it's drawn out, and it doesn't seem to stop. It's getting louder and louder and louder the further you come down, and it is impossible to ignore.
Now, I know the wording of Divine Sense says if something has total cover, I can't exactly know where it is, but if it's making lots of sound, I'm going to not use that because I'm waiting for RP moments. Never mind.
Okay.
Did we short rest? And Ortega mentioned that we should probably short rest.
Sorry, now go ahead. Sorry, man.
I was asking if we've actually short rested, or if Ortega should proceed with suggesting that we all short rest because we're all beaten to death.
You guys have not short rested yet.
We believe.
Ortega is going to put a hand in front of Ari. I'm not sure who's leading the group down the stairs, but he's going to put a hand in front of whoever leads the party down the stairs and say, we should probably take a breather and tend to our wounds before we head down there.
If you have your hand in front of Ari, he will essentially walk until it touches his forehead and then just lean against it because he's so tired and hurt. And then he'll be like, yeah, no, probably a good idea. And then sit down.
It might be worth reconvening back in the camp that was of relative safety while we slept.
That's
I don't
not,
like this.
That's not possible. We're gonna have to stop right here. That was a one-way ticket. I couldn't come back through.
Honestly, if I could, I would never go through that hallway again.
I'm afraid we're only heading in one direction here, Parrish, and that's down.
No offense, sorry, but that hallway was only dangerous to me and Ortega. You got to walk through a field of flowers.
You guys,
Yes.
well, as you're proceeding down further along, you get about 50 feet down, and you're at a kind of a landing point where it starts to turn. So you now have, instead of 5 feet of space in the stairwell, you have like about a 15-foot corridor where it's no longer going down. So you do have the ability to sit down and make a little bit of space for yourselves and spread out a little bit before it then turns and starts to arc downwards again.
This is as good a spot as any for what we've got, but we should definitely take a little breather.
Tati is going to literally slide down the wall. Oh, God, finally.
Are you still on the ceiling?
Technically, she did not get down, so you could literally see her slide down from the top, I guess, and hanging out like a bat.
I kind of wanted to picture you slouched into the corner, but upside down.
I feel like she did slouch in the corner upside down, but in the top corner, and then she just slides down head first and slowly.
Yeah.
An L.
Now, per our addendum rules at the start of the campaign, we can roll hit die for anyone in the party, from anyone in the party. So if somebody needs some D12s from me, which I'm going to use on myself because I'm pretty low myself, but I have 3 D12s and 3 D10s that we can spread around.
I can take my own hit die because I am also low. I'm 17 out of 44.
Hey, everyone who's rolling hit die, please roll an additional 1d8 because Chef makes specialty food.
Aw.
I'll just throw some sandwiches together for everybody. Nothing that needs a fire.
Kyle,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I was having a rough time on roll on D&D Beyond here, trying to figure out what my hit die are.
Well, because you have 2 classes, your hit dice are different. For you, your hit dice are you have 4 d10s and you have 2 d8s. And you can just roll them, and you roll as many as you feel you need to get back up as much as you want. And then also, to you being a bard, you also have the Song of Rest ability that you can do at the end of a short rest by using one of those hit.
I have, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
By using your Song of Rest ability,
Yep, everyone gets an extra 1d6, which I'm going to do, which essentially, through Ari's groaning while he heals, it's weirdly musical, kind of a bit rhythmic at best, and you all get an extra d6 on top of what Parrish gave.
there you go.
So I just rolled all of Ortega's hit dice. Kyle, because D&D Beyond, you just click how many you want to do.
Yep.
So I couldn't just roll one and then roll one. I have 20 extra hit points to hand out. Is that doable? Or do I just take back a couple of? Because if I had rolled them individually, I would have done that. But I just did it on D&D Beyond with the short rest.
Take back.
And it just tells you to
Take back 2d10.
Okay.
Yeah. There is a way to. Yeah, you can. If you do a short rest with 1 dice and then a short rest with another dice and a short rest with another dice, it works. But unfortunately, the system won't allow you to do so 1 and then 1 and then 1.
Well, thanks to Parrish. And do I get to apply the Song of Rest to myself?
Of course. Yep.
Then, well, goodness, do I love the sound of my own voice, and I'm back to almost full health.
Ortega is back to almost full HP, but he is still down some maximum HPs.
I think I'm confused on how this works because I've never short rested before. And I selected 2 boxes, and then I hit the roll hit dice, and it only rolled 1. So can we...
You could just click the button again and do another one.
Yeah.
Click the button again and do another one? Okay.
Yep, it should work.
So,
I wish healing and restoration worked in real life the way it does in D&D.
And then 2d6. Lee, yours was a d6 as well? Thumbs
Mine
up.
was D8.
D8.
Oh, DC.
I didn't use either of those actually, so I probably should
I
take
sure
another.
am.
I should take a D12 back, but it kind of.
16.
Can you imagine how amazing it would be if this is how healing worked in the real world?
No.
You have a nap and you feel great, but if you heard a great song as you went to bed, or someone prayed for you, you feel even better. That'd be
And
amazing.
we literally just have snacks and listen to music. That is how people feel better.
Does anybody need a basic?
This game does presuppose reality. Yeah, no, that's true.
In terms of
Does anybody need like a D12 or a D10 instead of like a D8?
you're gonna want
I'm good, man.
Tatiana, I think Tatiana needs a little bit of help.
Well, I mean, I roll more dice. I have D10s. I could roll. I don't know how many times I'm allowed to roll, though.
You can roll as many of them as you need, and you're
Yeah, you were really hurt.
you only
Let me roll a D12 for you.
I rolled 2, and then I rolled the D6 and the D8 and it brought
You
me
get
up to
4 plus your
37.
con. You get another
Huh?
4 plus your con. My D12 was not very nice to us.
No, it wasn't. Can I reject that D12?
Sorry, I already rolled it.
Before
All right, I'll take your 4.
oh, sorry.
Stop rolling.
Oh, sorry. Nope. D&D Beyond actually rolled it. I didn't think it was going to roll on the hit dice thing. So you get 7 plus your...
Oh, I get another 7? Wait.
When I did
What?
the actual short rest one with it actually rolled it, even though I'm at full hit points. I didn't think it was going to.
really
So-
it rolled.
Sorry, 7 plus my
Con modifier.
con. So 10. You gave me 10. All right. I'm going to roll 1 more. Clear. There you
Alice,
go.
how are you doing?
Roll 1
I'm back up to 44 with my temp HP, so I'm all good.
Woo, another 8. There we go.
Is your max HP 44 too?
Mine's 47.
Show off.
I know, it's very impressive.
Okay, I'm at 55 now. I'm good. I'm happy.
I just looked at the map and saw that hallway of teeth that we just went down. Getting flashbacks that scare the ever-loving crap out of me.
I'm sorry. Now, how did you look at this and be like, man, we're half done? That's a lot of inky darkness in there, friend.
I was being optimistic, okay? Maybe they're just long hallways that are empty.
Are we supposed to have tokens?
Yeah,
in
that's
this hallway?
D&D. A bunch of empty hallways that aren't
If you-
already lit by presupposed candles and monsters.
Actually, if you're at the top of the map, scroll to the middle and you'll see a second stairwell. That's where we're all at now.
Oh my god, I definitely have an idea for a D&D, like, dungeon or just floor that looks super suspicious, but there are no traps in it. Just for the party that overanalyzes everything.
Yeah, if you're at the very top of the Roll20 screen, Ashley, just scroll over to your right and you'll see a second box opening that you can see. And that's where all the characters are at.
It's being stupid and
Slow.
yes,
I understand.
it's very jet laggy, not smooth scrolling at all. So I'm just gonna try and zoom all the way out so that I can see us and then focus on that entirely.
That's,
Oh look, here we are.
yeah, see?
I wanted to say something in character, then I need to change over laundry, if that's cool.
Yes, that's fine.
As Parrish prepares and hands out the makeshift sandwiches, just dried meat and the few vegetables they have between slices of bread, he kind of comes across Ari humming his tune for everyone as they bandage their wounds and take a breather. This is really all I could think to do right now. All of you were so badly injured and I didn't have a scratch. I'm so sorry if I can't do what I was brought here to do.
Ari stops playing for one moment, and as Parrish says that, he just stops strumming and looks up and says, "You're not here to do anything other than be you. And to be honest, you're nailing it. Thank you. Now rest. Eat a sandwich. Spoiler alert, they're really good."
I didn't know how badly I needed. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just making a comment. Sorry, go ahead.
I didn't know how badly I needed to hear that. It's hard to not even know what you've lost. To hear that I am still able to do what I'm supposed to be doing. Not even sure what that's supposed to be, but thank you. It gives me some confidence that I will find my way.
Glad to hear it, Parrish. Let's talk about this when we're not surrounded by death, please. I've got some things I think I'd like to say. For the meantime, ow. Okay, I'm feeling better now. Because I also got slashed up real bad. So, how about this? I will make you a deal, Parrish. You stay alive, and I'll stay alive. And when this is done, I have a song for you.
Well, that sounds delightful. Though so far, the two of us have made a real poor job of living up to that so far this dungeon.
Oh, it's not good, but it is a thing. And if nothing else, I know it is one of the things that makes me want to stay alive. So let's go together, shall we? And thank you for the sandwich.
Let's all get out of here together.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go do laundry.
While you guys are sitting around eating your sandwiches, I'm not going to count Parrish because he's making the sandwiches. For the other four of you, make a perception check for me, please.
I'm using my bloody injured dice for this. It's nice to have dice with blood splatter on it.
Absolutely.
Natural 1.
That's
So this is what happens when you show off your dice to your friends like a douchebag. Then you end up rolling a natural 1. My ego hurts real bad.
Was
15.
distractingly nauseated by the sappiness that just happened and rolled an 8.
Talus.
Wait, Tatiana is, or you are, or is it just the same at this point?
Tati. It's Tati. It's
Okay.
Tati.
I got a natural
I love
2. It becomes an 8.
Do you have any? Any sight that allows you to see invisibility?
I have
I
blind
don't-
sight to 10 feet.
Wait, what? Seeing invisibility?
Yeah, I have 10 feet worth of blind sight.
Oh, blind sight?
Yes, sir.
I have dark vision. Dark vision.
No, I don't. I just have dark vision.
Okay. Well, I mean,
You know the cool kids have dark
definitely
vision.
Ortega would see it. As you guys are sitting there eating sandwiches, Talus, you see a sandwich kind of floating, like maybe about 1.5 feet off the ground, as it's like, it looks like it's being held up as something is taking it away. Ortega, you see this little tiny green, scaly-like fiend. It's got 2 kind of tendril mandibles coming from the top. It's got very dark eyes. It doesn't believe that you can see it. It's got a very long, thin tail. It's holding this sandwich up, and every so often, for Talus, you see the sandwich kind of having just a little tiny bite out of it. And Ortega, you're watching this happen. You're seeing this thing. I need you to make a Arcana check.
Yeah, I can do that. 15.
15. So with your knowledge of the Fae and some of the beings that have inhabited it before, you recognize this little creature to be a Quasit, as it is just standing there taking the sandwich. And you look a little bit further on and you see 3 more huddled in a corner right at the edge of your vision. But no one else can see them because, well, they're invisible.
Do I know if they're dangerous
With your 15,
or if they're just...
you would know that they can be dangerous if provoked, but you get the idea that because of your blind sight, you can tell that they're invisible right now, and you know that they're not trying to be harmful. They're just looking for food.
Yeah. Ortega is going to slowly take his sandwich and rip it into 3 pieces as he slowly walks behind this creature, but he's going to whistle to get their attention, like just nonchalantly, and he's just going to walk to the corner and put the 3 pieces of sandwich on the ground in front of them and then return to the group without saying a word.
So, Talus, you see that these sandwich pieces start floating up a little bit and then casually start to disappear. For the rest of you, you start to hear noises going like And you start to hear slowly pitter patters of this noise as Ortega sees all four of them come and start to kind of huddle and sit beside Ortega. And like Ortega, you're watching their hands, like they're trying to like grab more at some of the other sandwiches that are being distributed. Talus, you're watching. You're feeling even like a little bit of like a pull, a little bit. Like every time you put your sandwich down after you're taking a bite, you feel it kind of getting tugged, and you're like, what's going on?
Ortega would probably just grab Tatiana's sandwich and slowly break it apart and set it back down beside him and just do another small little whistle. And when they come and get these ones, he's kind of gonna mention, like, kind of motion, like just okay now. Shoot. Like
you all hear this low. Does anyone speak Abyssal?
Oh,
Do you think I do? Hold on. No, it's Infernal. I speak Infernal.
Same.
Is it like Italian and French where it's like, I can probably make some of this stuff?
Make a history check.
That is the best possible answer.
I also speak Infernal. Can I make history?
Yeah.
A history check?
Yes. And I have advantage.
0?
2 rolls.
Like it's just like
16.
The first one was better. 10. Or 13, sorry.
So I got a 16.
you pick up a couple words that seem to have kind of a common dialect tone with Infernal and Abyssal. Like food is one of the words that you're picking up on, and you're not sure if you're hearing it correctly, but it sounds like big dum dum. Something about the big dum dum food. Big dum dum food. Well, they're saying a bunch of other words.
Yeah.
What?
I don't think I'm gonna share that.
You gotta tuck those words away for another day.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep a hold of those tight to the chest. But I will say to the group, I do not see what is happening, but I believe I hear small creatures who are hungry and in need of a sandwich.
Ortega's.
My sandwich, because I wasn't eating or anything.
There's a couple of closets beside me. I've kind of told them.
Bless you.
Closets.
Bless you.
Tatiana, you know what these are.
No, I know. I'm just messing with him.
Okay.
Perfect.
I know what a closet is. It was, it sounds like a sneeze. Haha. Me being funny.
What's the closet?
I fed them and I've ushered them to move on. I really don't want it to get any more. Just pay no mind to the floating sandwiches.
Well, I'm sorry. I tend to find when there are floating creatures I cannot see, I like to find opportunities. Is there any chance that these closets might be able to help us after enjoying a delicious sandwich?
Have you ever fed a stray cat?
Yeah, a couple times. They were kind of dicks about it.
Exactly. They kind of follow you for more food and don't leave you alone, and eventually things more than food probably start to go missing. Keep an eye on your belongings.
It's a good thing I didn't bring anything other than my weapons.
Well,
I've only got 3 of those. I left all my other stuff at the tavern.
I made more than... Sorry, go ahead.
Ortega, you do notice that they have kind of moved on from the sandwiches, and they're seeing where the sandwiches have been prepared from, and they're starting to get closer to Parrish's pack, as they seem to be starting to climb all over his pack. And you guys start to see the pack kind of slowly open up.
Ortega's just gonna walk over and start like picking them up one by one and kind of like throwing them towards the stairwell, like towards where stairs would be up or down, and just be like, run along. He's gonna shoot them along.
Are you throwing small invisible kitten monsters down a stairwell?
No, I'm throwing them to the edge of I'm throwing them to the edge of the stairs so that they can walk down the stairs or up the stairs.
You're bad at aiming everything, and this is a bad idea.
Look, I did make extra sandwiches. There's enough to feed a few of them.
Like, you know how you pick up a cat and like, or like a dog, and you would like just like give it a small little toss like away from you? Like, that's all you do.
I don't have a great deal of experience in throwing small cute mammals. I don't have a great deal to draw on here. Is this another bad idea conversation that's about to happen? I'm just confused.
No.
Oh,
He's being gentle.
The barbarian will gently toss the invisible. Sorry, do we know what these quaddles look like when they are not invisible?
It's at this point when Ortega has thrown the one kind of towards the stairwell. It goes like, and then all of a sudden, Ortega, you see it climb up the banister, and it's on the railing, and it's walking kind of like, with like this stubborn, stuck-up thing. It's got its little hand crossed, and it looks to you, and it drops its invisibility, and it goes,
"Oi, we can fucking hear you, eh? We can understand you. We speak common. We're not fucking dumb.
Understand this. Get lost.
Dum-dum. You get food. Dum-dum. Big dum-dum."
Can Ari hear this, or is this just for Ortega?
No, you guys can all see this closet that's like standing on the railing right now. And so for you guys who don't know what the closet is, it is a little tiny green demon. It's got a really long tail, and this one seems to have its tail wrapped around the railing for extra balance. It is bipedal in stature. It's got two really big ears, very solid black eyes, fanged teeth. It's got a hunch, kind of like a Hunchback of Notre Dame style, and on its skin, it's got these like pustules of black. They look similar to the eyes of the closet. They are really disgusting to look at, and then they're met with these two horn like mandibles, and they're only about 2 feet tall. But this one's got its hands crossed. It's like chirping at Ortega, and yes, that is what the closet looks like.
Well,
I still think they're kind of cute.
So fucking
Ortega doesn't. He is about to grab this one. This is what he's doing. He's going to attempt to grab this one.
Okay.
Please don't yeet our friend.
Oh, he's about to yeet this friend as far down the stairwell as he can.
No, there could be so many of them.
Ortega's not thinking about that. He's thinking about getting these ones away from us.
Ari's gonna reach out. I heard this as well. Ari's gonna reach out, and he's gonna touch
roll a 14 on an athletics check to grab this thing.
Well, I'm not gonna physically stop you, but I'm gonna ask
I'm not throwing it. I'm just grabbing it.
I'm still going to ask you. Stop. Ortega, wait, please.
I think Parrish is going to physically grab him.
Have I grabbed the thing?
You have grabbed the closet, yes. You've like completely put your arm, like your hand around its torso, and it's like, oh, what the fuck? As that happens, it's just like looking around, trying to wiggle itself free, and then it looks at you and it goes, ah! And it screams as loud as it can, in an attempt to scare you. And all of you need to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Oh my god.
Had to pick up the tiny demon.
Nat 20.
Nice. Nat 20, Lily. Nice.
Make sure everyone to add plus 4 to your roll.
Ooh. That brings me up to a 30.
In that case,
plus 4 to my roll? That would put me at a dirty 20.
That'll bring me to 16.
And 25 for Parrish.
So, the only one who failed the save is the only one who's holding the dang thing, as you are immediately scared senseless of this tiny closet that is in your hand. You are frightened for 1 minute of
It's so perfect.
no, I'm not, Kyle.
Okay.
Because Ortega is going to immediately rage. And be no longer frightened. And he's just going to roar back at us.
Okay, yeah.
In an attempt to intimidate it.
I'm trying to imagine a rage anti-fear practically executed. Where
Okay, 24. I'm actually going to use thaumaturgy to give myself advantage.
Oh, okay.
I didn't need it, but like the whole stairwell just shakes as Ortega roars back in this thing's face.
As you're holding it, it's got like this like very cocky laughter to it. And as soon as you scream at its face, you see like the skin kind of just like ripple as you're like yelling so loud at this poor thing, and you just see its eyes bulge out and just you like scream so loud its head blew off.
Wait,
and
you screamed it to death?
I was thinking it was gonna pee it, but
obviously
Ortega's just kind of gonna step forward and like just drop it off the ledge and turn around and just look at the other ones, kind of like, please get lost.
you look at the other ones, and you see that they have completely lost control of all of their bodily fluids. It now smells really bad, and because they've done that, they've lost their invisibility. So you all see 3 tiny closets in the corner, huddling each other, covered in their own poo, pee, and vomit and sandwiches. As they look to this giant 14-foot tall Ortega.
No, Ortega didn't grow.
Oh, you never grew? Okay, that's fine.
You're right.
Yeah. Oh wait, how tall are the ceilings?
It's 20 feet. It's a pretty big area.
Okay, then yeah, Ortega did grow.
So yeah, they're in the corner crying, holding each other, mourning the loss of who knows what family member.
Oh, look what you've done now.
So Ari's gonna throw up all sorts of red flags and X marks and like just stop. Like, oh my god.
Ortega is currently just pointing up the stairs at the closet.
No, you screamed. You literally held one and screamed at it until it died. So I'm just saying, you're still holding its limp corpse, probably still screaming at it. And I just, wow. Ari is going to kneel down, and he's gonna, because he's got his guns in his hands and he holsters them. And I cannot speak to them in Abyssal. I can't speak to them in Abyssal. Shoot. I will just say
they speak common. They've amount.
That's right. They speak common. That's right. They did say they speak common. And I will say, now you know what it costs to cross us. I would much prefer that we helped each other. Let's enjoy some food, and you tell us everything that is in this cavern. Everything, or I will pass you to the giant till he screams you to death too.
The one that's kind of in the middle, holding the 2, you can tell that they're smaller. It kind of like looks to the one, it looks to the other, and it looks at you, and it just goes, bleh, and it like spews out the rest of its sandwich, and they use their tails to like usher all of their vomited sandwich closer to you, and then they look at you, and they go, and they skitter down into a crack in the wall somewhere, not to be seen again. They gave you your sandwich back. They're like, no way, get out of here.
So Ari will look back at Ortega and just say, listen, I know we've talked about rage before and when it's useful and when it's not.
Just going to cut you off quickly, Josh. Lee has something that he was trying to say before.
Oh, shoot, sorry.
You know what? Yeah. Finish that. We can trigger that on when Ortega goes to move away.
Oh, no, okay. To be honest, everything I was going to say could basically be encapsulated by Ari looking at Ortega, the raised eyebrow and a furrowed brow. So he just looks at Ortega. Dude, chill. And that's all. All you, Parrish.
I had rolled in athletics to keep a hand on Ortega's wrist to stop him from yeeting him.
And even with so I guess Ortega is then still hanging on to this dead creature, because even with advantage I rolled less than that.
Okay.
Not by much, but enough that he still got my wrist with this creature.
He's holding on to this dead body.
Marish, darling, why don't you let Ortega drop the gross headless body so that we can move along and, I don't know, finish why we're here.
I think Parrish is just going to have a level gaze at Ortega, as level as he can, looking as far up as he is. And it might be the first time you've seen Parrish, like, solidly angry. And he'll just say, I know I respect you, but I didn't like that. He'll let your wrist go.
Ortega's not going to yeet it off the ledge, but he'll just drop it. I respect you too. I didn't think it was going to die. I expected to scare it. My apologies.
You scared it to death.
And Ortega's going to think for a moment before shrinking down, as he will look at his hand that is still charred black. let's get moving.
Ari notices again the charred black hand. His instinct is to reach out and hold it, but he doesn't. He waits, but he notices it, and it scares him. He doesn't say anything.
Okay. So you pack up all of your stuff that you'd laid out for your short rest, finish your short rest, and leave the sandwich vomit, peaceful matter, and urine, and you head on down, kind of avoiding that area. You hear the wailing moans getting louder and louder as you get closer to the bottom. Finally, you reach the bottom, and you see the now 50-foot drop squished dead Quasit on the ground. And you come into a room, and it is a the awful. I'm just trying to load the fog of war here. All right. The awful wailing noise gets even louder as you approach this chamber. You see there's a beam of light from above. It illuminates a statue in the middle of the room. This statue, it's made of pale marble, shaped like a man on his knees. You see his arms are pinioned behind his back, trussed up in chains that cut into his skin. You see the hooks line the corners of the figure's mouth, pulling his lips away from his teeth, and smaller barbs encircle his eyes, holding the eyelids open, all while the hideous noise comes out of the statue's open mouth. Yet still, its expression is one of ecstasy. And you see that there's a double door made of iron set into the statue's chest, but these surfaces have no handles. There's a triangle on each side, 40 feet long, carved into the floor around the statue surrounding it, and at each of the triangle points, a stone arm juts up from the floor with its hands outstretched, kind of like a triangle, and as they're sticking up, you see the hands kind of like this, and then there's another one with 3 hands. So exactly what it's like on the screen, if you can see the screen.
Yeah, it looks super not cool.
Super not cool.
I don't like anything about this. This all looks really scary. I guess that's meta because Josh is uncomfortable. Yeah, Ari's also like heebie-jeebie.
Is the middle of that a drop off, or is that like a raised platform, like in the middle?
It is.
It looks like there's a railing.
Yes, it is. It is a railing. I put you guys actually don't need to find it. It's a railing.
So in the map there, it looks like there are symbols on their hands.
Yeah.
Is that something that Ari could see or notice from his perspective? Or moreover, is there an investigation or perception check that might let me see some information about what's going on here?
You can make either or, investigation or perception.
I will make perception because Ari's a dum-dum. Well, that's my second natural one of the night. Never mind.
Oh no.
My ego hurts. Hurts real bad.
Did I make a perception check?
Yeah.
To just check like the doors on the other edges of this room to see if it looks like anything might come out of there, or if they lead to other rooms or anything like that?
You can certainly try. Yeah, absolutely.
18.
So you can look down at the rooms themselves. There's no door. So as you look down further on, you do see that it kind of gets to a point where the floor doesn't look as well kept in this corridor going down straight ahead of you. And then as you look around a little bit more to the south of the map, but to your right, you see another corridor that leads down. Again, there's no doors. It seems to be a nicer looking corridor, made with the same structures and stone inlays as the room that you're carrying. As for this statue itself, it seems as though you can't see it from your angle, but you can see that there is something kind of emanating from the hands and obviously the mouth where the wailing is coming from. You have the notion that each one of these, you see that each one of these arms, they bear a throbbing purple black pulsule on its palm. Each, it's hard to see, but they seem to be magic of some sort. But they do look like they're sticking out more. So it's potential they can be targeted. It looks like they were put there. It doesn't look like they're part of the statue.
Well, if it's a statue that's wounded, I've heard that I used to be rather good at medicine. Perhaps this will help jog my memory. And Parrish will try and climb on top of one of the arms to get a closer look.
Could I please, as Parrish is climbing, just touch his arm and say, you were skilled. In fact, you were the best. And have that be bardic inspiration. Should he need to make a skill check.
So you're going to attempt to climb up one?
Shall.
It's a little difficult to climb with the angle, but you do see the change. So I would say make an athletics check. This one would be a little bit more difficult, and I think
24.
Yeah, you're good. All right, so you're able to climb up.
You're not used to dummy thick Parrish.
Yeah. So you're able to climb up, kind of hanging onto the chains, using them as a handhold and a foothold. You're able to climb up onto the palm, and you see that these pustule-like orbs, they have a slight hum to them, and it almost as if they are kind of like convulsing, like
Is there a door in its abdomen?
There is a door in its abdomen, yes.
How oddly specific of a question.
I was looking at the pictures he sent us.
Oh, okay.
I sent the picture
Wait, where are these pictures?
in the Discord chat.
Oh, wait. Oh, not the game Discord chat. All Discord chat.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Look at that. Oh, no.
Yeah, Parrish should just climb in that thing.
You do see
God help her, buddy.
You do see that there seems to be some form of a connection in some way. You see that every one of these hands, these pustule orbs, they are convulsing at the same rate. Very specific.
Ortega's gonna walk past Talus as she was heading south, and he's kind of gonna head to the other end of the room, kind of muttering to himself, I fucking hate magic. I fucking hate magic.
I guess while I am on this arm, is there a check that you would like? I said I was doing medicine, but I will let you know I am no longer trained in medicine.
This would be
so bad.
So, let's make an Arcana check.
Oh, I am proficient. Oh my god, I've been rolling so well tonight. 21.
So, while you get up there, you're kind of close to the mouth, and you do see that with the doors in its chest, they seem to kind of have an aura the same as the palms, and you see you hear this wailing coming from its mouth, and you get this notion that these pustules are connected to the door, but what you do with them is up to your discretion.
Well, ministrations for all. And I will try and remove the pustule, because that's not supposed to be on a hand.
Yeah, go ahead and make just a grapple check.
Sure.
Yeah.
I am much better at grapple than medicine, so 19.
So you go to pull it off, and you realize that it's really stuck on there. But it's goopy. It's almost like a taffy. Like as you're pulling it, you pull it out, and it's like right.
Gotta say, Kyle, describing anything as taffy-like makes it seem so gross.
Except for taffy, which is just accurate.
Taffy. I mean, who doesn't like taffy? But I'm saying, describing something as taffy-like, good lord, I need to go bathe.
As you pull off, or attempt to pull off this pustule, you see the head. It kind of, as its mouth is wide open, staring at you. You see the pain and the agony inside of this face. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please. As all of that wailing noise, that scream, gets channeled right to you.
Whoever's climbing, I think it's Parrish, has my bardic inspiration, so you can use that for your check.
I was teetering on a crit fail, but 27.
27. You're able to cover your ears. Just in the, you feel this curse kind of overwhelming you, and all of your holy aura, you're able to shut it down, and you don't feel any different, and the wailing kind of completely subsides for you. You no longer hear it as the head starts to shift to the next closest person, which I believe is Ari. And Ari, you start to hear this loud wailing. The wailing you couldn't ignore earlier, it now just feels like it's only in your head. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
That's a 13.
So you feel this wailing start to consume you. You start to get hungry, and your hands start to go down to your firearms as you feel as though you're being controlled to lift up your guns, and you see Tatiana, and you fire at Tatiana.
No!
I need you to make an attack roll for me, please.
Oh, what? Now I'm rolling good? 19. That's a 6 to hit. So it's a 25 to hit.
Does that hits Tatiana?
That hits. That hits.
That hits hard.
Right in my heart, Ari. I'm so broke. I thought we were friends.
You see Tatiana, as you just go, you get shot in the back. You turn around and you see this empty face of Ari. It's as if there's no face there. As he's holding out his guns and he's looking at you, but you can't see any face on him. It looks as though he's getting ready to make his second shot. I need you to roll damage, Ari, for the first one.
A damage?
Yeah.
That's a D. Oh my gosh, it's a D12. Oh shit.
It's just a handgun, right? Not your big bad gun?
I only have 2 handguns. I don't have a big bad gun. I don't need one.
I didn't know handguns were a D12.
Come on. All of my good rolls are now. So that's a natural 11 on my D12.
Is it a D12? No, I think that you're using a different gun.
No, it's Singer. Singer's a D12. 1 D12 plus 2.
Let me take a look for 1 sec. Yeah.
I think that's your rifle.
That is his,
Well, I thought there were 2 pistols. That's fine.
You have...
If I can roll less damage, big fan. Love that.
It's a D10. you have 2 pistols, and you have your big gun on the back. That's the one that's a lot bigger. You would actually, technically speaking, the curse, you would be using your rifle in the situation anyways. It wouldn't have been...
Yeah, well, I just shot her with an 11 damage plus 2 for a 13 piercing damage.
So 13 piercing damage. So Tatiana, you see him using...
Sorry. All the R's, all the Y's.
Redacting the 2 pistols, you see him aimed out like he was dead set at shooting you. But you don't see his face. Like it's like an empty expression. There's nothing there. After you've made that shot, Ari, I need you to try to make that wisdom save from me again.
Wisdom save again. Okay. 12 plus 2 for 14.
Yeah, you still don't have a face right now. So all of you just see this head staring down at Ari with expressed pain and agony as you see the literal sound waves of this scream beating down on Ari. For those of you who aren't looking, you immediately heard the gunshot and you turned around and you just see Ari aim down, getting ready to shoot at Tatiana again. Parrish, what are you doing?
Are we in an initiative?
Let's not call it initiative yet.
Quite yet?
Yeah, not quite yet.
I think Parrish will say, as the bound statue was looking at him, there's no more room in my heart and my life for that kind of agony. And as it shifts its face, Parrish will look at the same time to Ari and see him level his gun and the shot's been taken. I think he will make an insight check, to be honest.
Okay.
12. Sorry, seen totally within his faculties. Is Tatiana the problem? Should we get her?
You can't sense anything inside of Ari, or coming from Ari. You can definitely see as though he's being controlled or he's been cursed.
He's controlled or cursed. I want to make one final attempt to rip this taffy off of the hand.
Yep.
And then I'm going to be moving down to interpose myself between Ari and the rest of them.
Okay, yeah. Are you just going to try and pull it off again, or are you going to try and attempt something else?
I was just going to try and pull it.
And
I don't have my whole toolkit at my hands. I know I'm kind of strong now, and I'm not quite strong enough to pull it off, probably.
No, unfortunately, even your 19 wasn't enough. 15, unfortunately, is not enough either. You try so hard to pull it, and you're pulling, and you feel as though like it's coming, and and it snaps out of your back. The head itself seems to still be hyper focused on Ari, thankfully. But you do see now Ari has started to reload his rifle.
Mm-hmm. I will jump down, kind of like run down the arm, and stop myself at the wall and put an arm on Ari, just like on the side of his face, and try and look him in the eyes if they are to be found and say, Ari, you can't focus on the pain. You can't take on that statue's pain. You can't focus only on your own. Come back to us, Ari.
Okay, and what are the other three doing?
Oh, and I will actively be trying to block his shot from others if I can.
Okay.
Don't put yourself in front of the gun, man. Like, oh my god, please don't put yourself in front of the gun.
I use mage hands to try and like pull the rifle totally out of his hands.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay, you can definitely try. Make a grapple check as your mage hand.
That's so interesting. Okay.
While she's doing that, Ortega, are you and Tatiana, are you doing that?
That's gonna be a 17.
And Tati is trying to like compose herself because she's pissed. Her eyes are like redder than anyone's ever seen because Ari's just shot her in the back. And seeing his face, or lack thereof, is I think I would know something's up, but at the same time, I'm so like worked up, I'm like shaking with anger and just like watching everyone else try to pin him down, and I'm trying to figure what's going on.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, man. I feel way too guilty about a D&D game.
Ortega has worked his way down to the other corridor.
Mm-hmm.
Was like just about to look at it when he hears the gun go off. He's probably going to immediately turn around and run back. He's going to dash. So let me see how far he could actually get.
I'm going to roll for Ari because
You're going to roll for me?
I got to roll for you, yeah.
He's going to run past Talus and past Tatiana as he can get right up to Ari. But probably both Talus and Tatiana hear him grumble. Why are we touching statues that are chained? Things are chained for a reason. As he's walking back, and he's going to put himself in between Ari and Tatiana so that if anybody else gets shot, it's him.
So as Parrish like tries to get Ari's attention, you see like you're able to grab his head, and he's still reloading his rifle as if it's like second nature to him. And you're looking at him, and you see there's just no expression, there's no face. It's like as if his face isn't even there at all.
No.
He goes and as he's about to take his second shot, aimed still perfectly at Tatiana, the mage hand comes out, and unfortunately the gun's too heavy for the mage hand, but it's enough to pull the gun just out of his hands before it drops to the ground. And you can
Oh, thank God.
You watch as his finger pulls a trigger that's no longer there, as if it was completely mindless. As
Ortega's gonna smack him across the face. That's his next action. I don't know if we've got a turn order thing here, but he's gonna try and smack him out of it.
Well, with everyone being there, and after the mage hand having pulled the gun out, Ari, make another wisdom save.
Get you +4 this time.
Okay. A 17 plus 4 is a 21. Wait, wisdom save is another 2 for me, so that's 23.
As the gun hits the ground and Ortega is rearing to get ready to smack you in the face, your body, just like everything about you, your eyes sight comes back, your nose comes back, everything about you it's just like it's snapped out of it. You're holding gun, like an imaginary gun in your hands, and you're looking at Parrish, and you no longer hear that wailing noise at all.
Ari's eyes well with tears, and he just says, "What happened?"
Nothing. That was your fault.
Nothing. That he just shot me.
It happens.
I shot you? Oh my god. And I look over. How bad is she shot? I heard her a decent amount. Ari sees the gunshot wound on Tatiana. Wow, that's a tough pill to swallow. He would never in a million years. To be honest, he just looks at her with sorrow in his eyes, and he can't say anything. He just can't.
I'm so concerned that the next in line closest to the statue is about to be 14 to 21 feet tall.
Yeah, no, that's the problem.
Ortega sees R's eyes come back into his head as he's like mid-swing, and will like just purposely like judge it a little high and smack the wall instead of his face. Enemies, not friends.
I think if Ari comes to in that moment, sees the gunshot wound, sees Ortega taking a swing at him, he can put 2 and 2 together. And he says, "What the hell is that thing? Because it can change us. We need to be careful, destroy it, or get out of here."
Ortega's gonna look at Parrish, and he's gonna say, "Things that are chained are not to be messed with, clearly.
Depends on who chained them.
We are in a temple of supposed betrayer gods. That's enough that they should be chained."
Fair enough. Do you still hear a wailing?
The 3 of them, there is still wailing for the 3 of them, but for Ari and Parrish, there is no more wailing.
Yeah, it's been doing it since we got in here. No,
It stopped as soon as I climbed on it and tried to pull whatever the gunk on it was off. When it didn't succeed with me, it turned its head to Ari. If it hasn't turned its head to any of you yet, that might be a good sign.
I thought you were the smart one. As Ortega turns around and starts walking back to that other hallway. As he passes Tatiana, he's going to go, "You good?"
Fine. I'm gonna walk down the hallway with you.
Ari, look at me.
I look at him.
It wasn't your fault.
I'm getting tired of saying that to myself, but one more time is okay. Tatiana, I'm so sorry.
She's halfway down the hallway. She can't hear you.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
So,
All right, I'll leave the statue the fuck alone then.
I'm not eager to proceed with this statue, though I don't know if we need to explore it more to proceed. It looks like there's a hallway down the way. We can just move past it. So my Ari's brain says, "Get the hell out." Josh's brain says, "There's probably treasure behind that statue, and this is a challenging situation to find myself in." But for Ari's case now, Ari's pretty broken by what just happened and what has happened so far. Ari was broken before he went into this dungeon. He's following directions right now, and he'll follow Parrish.
Ortega, did you find another way?
I'd like to know what's down this hallway before I answer.
When you get to the ends of the hallway, the wailing kind of seems... It's still loud, and it's very hard to ignore, but you do start to hear kind of like a loud grinding noise coming from the other side of this hallway. You look down and...
Wait. So one side of the hallway is a wailing giant statue. The other side of the hallway is a horrifying grinding noise. Kyle, the hell?
Noises be real in this, man.
Noises be real.
It sounds...
This is after we were just in a room that all we could hear was our own heartbeat.
It's all noises.
All different.
It's all mindfuckery.
Welcome to ASMR D&D.
Oh man, Kyle paints a word picture with sounds that makes my balls shrink. It's just unbelievable.
You recognize the sound as almost as if it's a stone slab, kind of being dragged or pulled. When you look down further, you see that it seems as though the hallway kind of immediately goes to the right. So there's no way you can see what's on the other side. You just see a wall, but you do see that it's not a full dead end. You can see that there seems to be some form of light coming from that side.
I'd say this is the path of least resistance we've seen yet. What do you think, Tati? This one, or do you want to try the other one?
I don't want to go anywhere near that statue, so I vote this one.
That's good enough for me. I guess Ortega will start walking down this hallway.
Okay.
Fair enough. He didn't like that I touched the statue.
You touched the butt. Just let me know how far down you want to go.
Because definitely not traps.
I never said that.
Ortega's Ortega. He's not even thinking about traps right now. He's thinking a lot of other things.
And I'm staring at his way.
Yeah, Ortega's, once he sees that Toddy's with him, he'll keep going.
I'll try and corral the other two.
As you continue on down, you see that it turns to your right, and then it turns. It does a little tiny S bend or maybe a C bend in the wall. It's just one single wall kind of sticking out, and then you can continue on further down. And as you get to the other side, you start to see a couple things.
Ortega's gonna stop at the wall.
Okay.
He'd like to inspect the wall because it looks out of place to him.
Okay.
Why is it sticking out? So he would like to see if it's magical or if there's some form of slot for it to continue across, like a trap or anything like that.
Go ahead, make an investigation check.
He thinks it's fine. I rolled a 7.
It's a wall.
It's weird, but it's a wall.
Yeah.
It's a wall. Yeah, it's a wall.
So Ortega's gonna, I guess, keep going and see a fence, or is that the ground is now a chain link? I don't know.
5 minutes. Give me a moment.
Excellent.
I'm gonna kind of glance at the wall that he was so intently looking at. All right, and just kind of keep following him.
Okay. What is the other crew not too far behind?
Well, I see that Ari has wandered off, and I said I was corralling the other two, so I am going to shout, "Hey!
Ari will follow.
Bring off if you forgot the promise to stay alive so soon after, just because the statue was sad?"
Ari looks over and disheveledly and confusedly looks at him and just shakes off his old mind control and follows.
So Ari, while you were over there, you did notice that one hallway looked a lot older, and you did notice that there seems to be some form of light emanating from the other side, but it is very dark, and it's almost impossible to tell what would have been further down unless you had continued on down to the right, which you could see there wasn't much. But I
share that information with Parrish and the party who's around me. I tell them what I saw, and I don't think that we should necessarily ignore that. It's older than other pieces I've seen here, and we're dealing with something that's powerful enough to change me. So it might be worth looking into the oldest parts of this cavern. If you don't want to now, I understand, and that's okay, and I'm not in any position to lead this right now.
Why?
Because I just shot one of my best friends in the back.
Giant statue mind controlled you.
Sometimes giant things change our story, and it still makes me sad. I don't feel confident right now in saying we should go that way, and we don't have to. I want to tell you what I saw, and then I want to make sure I don't hurt any of you again. I gave you each a bullet saying it wasn't for you, and I feel like I broke my word. And I look over at Tati, and I give her a new bullet, and I say, it was never meant for you. When you want to, you can use this on me.
If I'm going to shoot you, Ari, I would have done it already.
Well, fair enough then. But losing yourself and waking up holding a gun and seeing your friend bleeding is a terrible experience. And probably less terrible than it is being shot by a friend. I'm sorry, and I would like to follow the lead of others for the time being.
I think there's some wisdom in what Tatiana said. If you actually wanted to shoot her, you probably would have by now. Wasn't your fault.
I'll think about it. For now, there's light down the hallway to the right. So let's figure out where we want to go. Down or to the light? That will follow.
Ortega's still staring forwards. He's listened to everything behind him, but he's looking at what's in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
As you kind of get to this room, you see this chamber has a flat 50-foot high ceiling, and its black stone walls are covered with deep gouges and lined with alcoves to the east and to the west. In the middle of this room is a circular pool filled to the brim with blood. Standing in the pool are two 7-foot tall orcs. One's pouring a golden bowl of blood over the other's head, and as soon as you enter into this room, they look and they snarl at you.
Tati is drooling. I want you to know that. She sees this and immediately, wipes her mouth. Oh, darling.
How far down are they, Kyle?
They are, so you are kind of like, you're coming out to a catwalk. It's got a railing. They are level to you, and the pool is raised. So it looks like you can get up. But to get down, it's like a 5-foot drop down. I should say more than that. It's probably like a 10-foot drop down.
And what are in those alcoves?
So,
like how there's like those grates that go across the floor?
Yes, that is. You're noticing that the blood seems to be there seems to be a blood trail that seems to be underneath the wall or underneath the floor, but you do see like little tiny almost like a sewer grate, and inside of the sewer grate is blood,
and the orcs are just growling at me.
They're just growling right now. Yeah.
And then there's a hallway on the far side.
You can see a hallway on the far side. It's not on the catwalk, it's on the ground level.
Oh, it's below.
It's below.
And I'm guessing I don't see that little thing off down in the bottom right corner.
What thing?
Okay. Fair enough.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think just because the rest of the party kind of stopped to talk behind him, Ortega might turn around and stop the party before Tatiana sees that room and try and keep them back away from where they would be able to see that.
Okay.
And just say, I think one of us is going to go a little frenzied in there, and it's not me.
Oh, it's me. It's definitely me.
Yeah, I stopped you before you could see what was in there, though.
Oh, I can smell it, darling. You don't have to show me it. I know.
I will admit the smell it's pretty obvious what it is.
You know when you walk into a chocolate shop and you can feel it on your skin, or you walk into a brewery and you're just like, oh, my feelings. Do you imagine a vampire walking up this?
I smell iron.
There's 2 orcs in there and a pool of blood. That's it.
Oh.
That's between us and the way out of that room. Or there's the other hallway.
No,
I'm not going to the other hallway. I'm going in that room. And if I have to, I will add to the pool with the orcs. And then I will take a bath.
Ortega's just gonna turn around and full throttle run and leap into the pool with his blades drawn, and he's gonna grow in size as he uses giant's might to grow. If we're going in this room, we're going in this room hot.
I found a room with sunlight, and you guys want to dive into the blood pool? You crazy psychos!
Hey, I don't do with sunlight.
You just showing off for a girl.
So,
you know what?
Who else is going in?
Oh, full tilt.
I'm not gonna lie, Kyle, I could actually end up right there. So I could technically still swing.
Yeah.
Okay. When Lady Tatiana, what are you do? Like, are you jumping in with him? Kind of like, I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, this is
I'm getting spring break vibes for you two hold hands and jump into the pool of viscera.
I don't think she could resist like that.
That's the only reason Ortega did it, is he knew he wasn't going to stop Tatiana from going in that room.
No, she's going. She's
After what she did with the vials, she's going in that room. And the orcs already growled at him.
Yeah.
Into the pool she goes. You splash. So excited.
If I can see the orcs, then Ari will not jump in because gross, but he will pull out his guns and have them aimed and leveled at those orcs.
Okay. As soon as you watch Ortega and Tatiana jump into this pool, the orcs, as they were growling, watching you guys start to run forward, and these stone slabs that you'd heard from earlier go and they seal off this room behind you and the pathway in front of you. As the whole entire bottom floor starts to fill with blood.
Here's my question, Captain.
Yeah.
Oh my God. If we're the only ones who ran to jump in,
yeah,
are the rest of the party on the other side of said wall?
They're on the catwalk.
Okay.
You guys had all kind of met up, and that's where you were discussing. And you guys just jumped on in as these orcs were growling. What we didn't realize is they were actually casting a ritual. We'll get to that in a second.
Oh, those motherfuckers. Oh, no.
The pool of blood, you see all of this blood come from this drainage system. And the pool of blood is only now encompassed by a little ring where the pool's edge is, as the whole entire bottom floor, which is literally like maybe half of like 3 inches from your feet when you're on the catwalk. That's how close it is, and it doesn't seem to be stopped. But at this point, it's filled up to this point. As Ortega and Tatiana jump into the pool, Ortega, you immediately take not bad at all, 3 points of fire damage. And whenever you are in this water, this pool of blood, you are going to continue to take fire damage every round. Anyone who is in blood, except oddly enough, Tatiana.
I was about to say, what about Lady Tatiana? Does she get a buy on it?
Tatiana, as you get into the pool,
watching you epically, like it's like you've literally just taken food on your bare hands and you're just like,
If you remember the scene from Spartacus where like he jumps off Crixus's shield to get up to the top level to like dab Batiatus, that's how Ortega jumped into this pool.
Tatiana, you kind of have this bloodlust to you, do you not? So
a little.
As you get into the pool, it affects you differently. You have no desire to do anything other than to just consume yourself in this blood pool. You will have to make a wisdom saving throw, or you will be considered bloodlusted, and I get to control your character for that turn.
Can I at least make my 2 attacks? No,
I love the idea that look, she's fighting next to a buffet and is just really focused on the main.
There's no fighting. I am just like loving every second. Like, this is basically like a buffet of porn to her. She's just like loving every moment and doesn't even realize what's going on. It's all about this wonderful pool of snack. Orcs? What orcs? I don't orcs. Ortega's in
Tatiana's in Vegas. Just
yeah. Consumed. Totally consumed.
Ortega.
I love Tatiana's so freaking much.
I am so obsessed.
After landing in the pool, I need to you can roll your attack.
Excellent. With my action, I am going to first swing Father's Hatred for a 25 to hit. That is actually
I lost my damage. 7 plus d6. Let me roll the d6.
And have her help you. I'm busy. I can't do this. Or get the Ritz crackers not help you.
That's 10 points of damage on that one.
Okay.
And then the scimitar is going to attack for an 11 to hit.
All right.
Does the 11?
The 11 will not hit.
Can I action surge?
Let's go to initiative. And
Okay,
yeah,
that's fine.
yeah, we'll do initiative, and then I'll let you do your action surge. Just because, like, well, I mean, yeah,
Even if it's the surprise round, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me.
It's technically surprise round. I don't know if you can technically action surge on the surprise round. I guess it's tough to clear your turn. So yes,
Surprise rounds, one action or one movement.
Yeah.
Sorry?
You can allow whatever you want.
Yeah, I was going to do my whole, like, I was treating it like a full round.
Yeah.
Just gives me an extra action this round, but I can just do it next round. It's not a big deal. Let's just roll initiative.
Yeah, I think after the two attacks.
I'm hoping that I roll good. Oh, for fire things.
Oh, I'm mistaken on surprise round rules. My mistake.
I got a 3, Kyle. I got a 3. I changed my mind. I want an action surge now.
Kyle, I'm not sure. Since I got the new computer, I haven't been able to set up the initiative thing yet on this. I forget how to. Sorry about that. But I rolled a 19. Best roll of the entire night, and it's for initiative. Would have been nice if it was for not going crazy and shooting my friend.
Yeah. No. I will do that for you. It's fine.
Right. So I rolled a 19, and then Nocturne Ari rather has a +3, so it's 22.
All right, I got you. Wow.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
3. Because Ortega kind of slipped as he jumped into the pool and stabbed the one.
I'm assuming you ran down a bloody ass slip and slide and fucking bailed.
No, he just, like, you know when you, like, step out.
Bailed a slip and slide? Yeah, I know it real well.
I'm
I've never been the same. I was 28 when that happened.
What was
Or like when you walk on ice and then you like catch yourself. It's like that.
Ah, yes.
what was Ortega's initiative?
3.
Ooh. And then we're just missing Parrish. I don't know what his initiative. Do we know what his initiative is?
Parrish
14.
was a 14.
Okay. Cool. All right. So top of the round is, I guess, technically Ari.
Okay.
Yeah.
Folks, you go to town. And Ari will look at the goblin. Well, I'm going to move first. Actually, how much movement do I have? I've got 30 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20. So here's what I'm trying to try and do.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see if I'm trying to move. Hey, are the grates in the floor that I'm seeing on the map, are they elevated or are they on the ground?
They are, right now you can't see them because it's covered in the blood pool. So,
No, sorry. I want to move downwards and to the left. My goal is to line up the two goblins, do a piercing shot so I can shoot them each twice.
oh, okay.
I don't know if the grates that I'm seeing on the map are difficult terrain or if I can actually get myself down there to shoot them both in a row, which would be treat.
Let me show you what is going on here. So,
Basically, everything under the grates is blood.
is blood.
All the floor that's available is the catwalks and then the circle where the pool is.
Oh, shoot. All this is filled with blood?
Mm-hmm.
Buffet.
Well, then I'm going to move over here.
Pronunciation is buffet.
The blood thing.
Yeah, no, you nailed it. I'm going to move over here, and I'm going to... Hey, listen, No, I can't shoot them both from here. That doesn't make sense. I can't do that, right, Kyle?
I mean, you can, not with one bullet, but you can shoot them both.
Well, I was talking about the trick shots where I can shoot people through each other.
Not
I don't know. Judging by that arrow, that seems like you would maybe craze the first one.
yeah.
That's okay.
Only just with it.
I'm going to do a dead-eye shot.
Okay.
And I'm going to get advantage on the roll to attack the one that is closest to me and just down on the same column as Lady Tatiana.
Okay.
That's 16 plus 7 for a 20 math to hit. And that's 8 plus 2 for a 10 damage.
Okay.
Oh, look at that beautiful kitty cat. Oh my gosh. Lee, what is their name? It's so beautiful.
Her name is Cinder. She's a little chunky.
I love Cinder. You are the most beautiful kitty cat that I've seen in a great deal of time.
Cinder looks like my Willow.
Yeah, I love her. I've had her for 5 or 6 years, I think.
How wonderful, man. What a lovely little family member.
I am sorry to interrupt with my cat being adorable. It happens all the time. There's no cat here. If he wanders in, I'll show him off, but he's an 18-year-old orange one.
I feel like it's the cat's fault more than yours. Then I'm going to use my bonus action, Kyle, so I'm just going to keep going because otherwise I'm going to stare at the cute cat all day long. I'm going to use my bonus action to shoot again, and that is a 19 plus 7 to hit, which is good. Take all my good rolls for later in the night, it seems, and that is an 8 plus 2 for another 10 damage, piercing damage. And ideally, if I can, I mean, I know that whenever we shoot for our best, but if I can shoot it in the face and then dick, that's what I'm going to go for.
Well, you won't be able to see, they're pretty covered in blood, right? So you really are...
Okay, just their face then. No, that's okay, I'll shoot. Oh, do you know what? Next battle, I'll shoot something in the dick. But for now, I'm going to shoot him in the face twice.
All right. Which ends your turn, and that brings us to the one in front of Ortega. It is...
Which is the one I hit.
Which is
just to clarify.
It's the one you hit. You do see it look, and it just it takes this huge battle cry, just, and the whole echo, like the whole sound echoes around. It doesn't do anything for you guys, but you get the sense that they are rallied together, and they're going to attack Ortega. So that's going to be fun. Ortega does a...
Let me just pull up my hit points so I can subtract from them.
Does a 20 hit?
Yes.
So you take 15 points of slashing damage.
I sure do.
And it's gone.
Did you say 15? Did you say 15 points of slashing damage on one attack?
Yep. Yeah, but then you also take 6 points of fire damage as it's like the blood coating of this boiled blood great axe, and it gets to do that again.
Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm understanding properly. Are we fighting orcs in a giant room of boiling blood?
Yep.
Yes.
Sounds great.
Please, man, that's crazy and awesome, and I need an adult.
You know that saying, the floor is lava?
You want to know why people don't say the floor is boiling blood? Because that's a kid's game.
Yeah, the floor is lava, but in this case, it's boiling blood. The next attack is not going to hit you. They rolled a 9 max, so that one's not going to hit. But you do realize the blood level has raised 1 inch.
Sucks. Delicious.
And that
Wait, are you saying that we can drown in fiery blood?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, well, some of us.
Most of us.
Brings us to the other orc, who is going to see that Tatiana is loving this a little bit too much, and he's going to swing down and attack Tatiana. Again, he's got advantage for 21 natural to hit.
Unfortunately, yes, that does hit.
So only 8 slashing damage that time, and you technically don't take the additional damage because it's blood, so you're lucky on that one. And then it's going to attack again for a 15 to hit.
No, it does not.
Not hit.
Swim away, swim away.
And this one here, they could have made another attack. Oh, well, no big deal. It's fine. That ends their turn, and now you guys are starting to see that, like, the gate, the chain link that is connecting the catwalk. You start to feel the heat of this boiled blood as it's like every now and then you see like it up through the chain, up through the chain. It's not there yet, but it's close. Brings us to Parrish.
I don't want to be like, I don't know these people, they're acting weird, but I just met these folks and they acting a little crazy. I think
from the guy who just tried to peel stuff off of a chain statue.
Yeah, administration's for all. You jumped into a burning murder pit. Parrish will turn to Captain Talus and say, "We need a way out of here. Help me find one." And I think, he'll step up. And do you want a bonus action search or a full round search, or what do you want?
This is going to require a full action to take a look around, for sure.
Well, I'm not very good at this. Investigation or perception?
You're looking for something? Investigation.
7. I got a real hottie blood smell in the air. There's a lot of violence going on. I really want to...
I will allow Talus, if she wishes to forego her reaction this round, she can assist you in the look and give you advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. What you've just said has like kind of snapped Talus out of this like stunned state that she's been in since the other room, and she kind of like nods and she's gonna start looking with you.
All right. Even worse. Hey, can I give up my reaction to help Talus later?
If that's what she chooses to do, yeah.
Cool.
Which
bonus actions, so
okay. It brings us to the end of your turn, Parrish. Brings us to Talus. At this point, Talus, you are starting to see that this boiling blood is kind of starting to get over the chain link now. It's still not enough to do any immediate harm to you, but you get the feeling you're running out of time.
Okay, do I get the sense that this is something magical or mechanical in nature?
You have the feeling that it's a bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah, just because you didn't see the mechanisms, but you know that there is a mechanism component, but it seemed to happen after the ritual.
Right. I just feel like we're wasting our time trying to down these orcs, so I think I am just going to do like an investigation or a perception check or something like that.
Just take advantage. I don't need that reaction.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Ooh.
What are you going to use that reaction?
God. I got 2 7s. Okay, that's only a 10 on investigation.
So unfortunately, you're looking around the room, and even though with the 10, you think that if there's a way...
I will say, my passive investigation is a 12.
Well, this is you specifically looking for something. Unfortunately, you do get the notion that if there's a way to lower the blood, that is probably your best option, more so than trying to get out of the blood. So getting out of this room doesn't seem like it's a possibility. There doesn't seem to be like anything that there's any way to get out of this room. But just from what you've seen and from what you've heard, you do know that if you can lower the blood enough, you can find a way out. Ending your turn brings us to Tatiana. I need you to make that saving throw for me, please. You are making it with disadvantage.
No, the orc attacking her doesn't give her advantage on it?
Was it wisdom?
Damn.
It's a wisdom save. Yeah, it's basically to determine whether you're bloodlusted.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, make a con save. It should be a con save. Let's make it a con save.
Okay, well, ignore that first roll then, because that's not a con. Oh, but I did better with the first roll. Damn it. All right. Con save with disadvantage. That's 2 rolls. Nope, I suck. Okay. Bloodlusted.
So Tatiana, you were just enjoying this, and you're like spitting out the blood like it's a fountain as you're kind of like backwards stroking around in the pool. But then it clicks on you like this blood, and you're like, oh, I need more. And you immediately, just because you're familiar with it, you immediately lunge at Ortega and you go to bite him. And like you're just covered in blood, and you're just like, oh, and you just lunge at him. So your bite attack is empowered because of what you're doing right now. So you have advantage on the blood attack, which is going to be a dirty 20 to bite Ortega.
Yeah, that hits.
It is 8 points of blood sucking damage, and you regain, I think, some of that. You regain some of that done. And that is the end of your turn. You are just so bloodthirsty. You're just like, going crazy. You are still latched onto him. So he now has you just sucking his blood off. Gotta be careful with using that wording there. Which brings us to Ortega. So top...
Roll me my fire damage, please.
Yes. Top of the round, you take 4 points of fire damage.
Excellent. It's at this point Ortega's gonna kind of like haphazardly try to shrug and say, "Not now, woman. This isn't the time. Find us a way out of here." He's going to bonus action X the one that's been attacking Tatiana.
Okay.
And give it disadvantage on strength checks, even though I'm not going to do anything with that. And I'm going to attack it with Father's Hatred.
Okay.
That's a 23 to hit
That'll hit.
for 11 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack with my Scimitar. That's a 17 to hit.
17 will hit, yes.
Excellent. For 9 points of damage.
Okay.
I'm going to action surge.
Go for it.
I am going to attack first with Father's Hatred, and I'm going to use a Spectral Strike as well as the Paternal Pain feature to auto-crit this thing.
Nice. All right. Went all out.
So I'm going to take 1 point of damage. So my current max is now at 69.
Yeah.
And it will take 18, so 23 plus 3d6, so 33 points of damage.
Wow.
Still up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, is what you say? Oh, in that case, can I throw people yet? Power. No, no, I cannot throw people yet. In that case, because Tatiana is biting me and not doing anything besides loving this blood, I'm going to make her make a wisdom saving throw with my second attack.
That's an 11.
11, you stay.
Yes.
You get Cheshire Eyes as you become stupid. Your movement becomes 0. You are incapacitated, and you descend into a dreamy stupor. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns, ending the effect on a success.
Already in a dreamy stupor,
But now you are not going to keep biting me.
I mean, Ortega likes it, really. I don't see what the problem is.
So that is Ortega's turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Ortega, Bertalis, Parrish, and Ari, the blood has now fully gone over top of the chain that has been keeping. So you're now like stepping in this blood. It's not boiling yet, the soles of your shoes. But next round is going to start getting a little spicy.
I literally wrote a poem in the meter of green eggs and ham, and I put it in the chat.
I saw.
I do not want to soak in blood in a hot tub, crimson flood. I do not want to feel the heat of liquid red beneath my feet. I do not want to see it swirl around me like a crimson pearl. I do not want to smell its scent of iron strong with a hint of torment. I do not want to dip a toe in that pool where nightmares grow. I do not want to take the plunge into a tub of blood.
So drenched in dunge, which again, not a word I know, but I had to look it up because I had to find what rhymes with plunge. Either way, I want to say I do not do this often, if at all ever, but the fact that you were able to write a poem as a bard about the situation that you are in, I will grant you a point of inspiration because that is perfect for your character to do. And I do not do inspiration ever.
I've never seen you ever do inspiration. To be honest, Kyle, I don't even know what that means. Like, I don't know.
It's, well, you're playing Baldur's Gate, right?
I played Baldur's Gate a little bit, man, but I went back to work and I'm not, I don't count on Baldur's Gate.
It is basically a free lucky. You can use the D20 for whatever roll. Give yourself advantage, give something else disadvantage, whatever you want. You have a free D20.
So that is a dream. I'm going to have a great time with that. Thank you very much. And sorry, is it my turn or is it?
You're up. Yeah, you're up.
Okay, then let's take a gander here at the map. And Kyle, from your perspective, if I were to move into any of the squares sort of around me here, I feel like I could line up a shot that would get both of the orcs.
Yeah, it's likely. I will say though, because now the blood is higher than the chain link fence, your movement is.
What if I'm back here? Is it up to there? Which is fine. I'm just curious. I moved back to try and kind of make that straight line, so I could try and shoot both in the face.
You can make that happen. Yeah, for sure.
And I will use a piercing shot using a grit point And I make an attack roll with disadvantage for every creature that's in line behind the target on each shot. So I'm gonna shoot it in the face. 17 plus 7 to hit for the first one.
That'll hit.
Then with disadvantage for the second, that's a 12 and a 15. So 12 plus 7 for a 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
That sounds fun. I'm gonna roll damage. That's 8 plus 2 for 10 points of damage. And apply this as you see fit, Kyle. And then a 10 plus 2 for 12 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I will do my bonus action to shoot them again. I can only shoot the front one now, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
12 plus 7 for a 19 to hit.
That'll do it.
Great. 12, which is, D12, which is, I rolled an 11 plus a 2 for a 13 points of piercing damage. Gunslingers rule. So I just shot. I just heard that's fun. I just shot 3 things for some good damage, and Ari looks at the blood coming up to his feet and remembers and is pretty scared. That's my turn.
Okay. Ending your turn, the blood has now risen higher than the soles of your feet, which means at the starting of all of your turns, you will be taking some fire damage. It brings us to the orc that's in front of Ortega. It's going to start chanting that ritual again, and unless anyone has a counter spell, this is a custom spell, but unless anyone has a counter spell, which I don't.
Someone please have counter spell. Someone. We don't have any wizards or sorcerers here. Come on.
For its full action, it can't take anything else. Its full action raises the blood 5 feet in the entire room. As everyone is now pretty close, covered in this blood.
It's almost up to my waist.
Almost up to your waist. Yeah.
Show off. Also, that's not.
Could you actually enlarge my token?
I can.
Could you do that?
I sure can.
I'm a 10-foot square.
There you go. All right, you're a big boy. That ends his turn, which brings us to the other orc, who is loving this, just absolutely, just enjoying it.
How's he looking? Like,
one of them is looking.
I did a shit ton of damage to him.
They're both looking pretty worse for wear at this point. It is going to try to attack you, Ortega, and it's going to with a natural 20.
Yeah, that hits.
That hits.
I can't stop that anymore.
Ooh.
But I'm going to use my cloud. I'm going to use my reaction.
Yes.
As it goes to strike me, and it turns into mist, and it's going to hit the other orc in the face. So it missed through me and hits the orc, and it auto crits the other orc as I use my cloud ability.
Very nice. I love it. Wow,
that's so awesome. It's so awesome.
It's gonna take it. It's gotta take it. It's a lot of damage. It was a lot of damage.
I was gonna wait until you said how much damage before I said, "Oh, I'm using my reaction," but figured I'd do it before you rolled damage. It's a crit. I had to do it on a crit.
No, of course. No. I'm not even gonna tell you how much damage you left in there.
Did it die? Did it die?
It did not die. It does have a second attack, and it's going to attack you again with a dirty 20 this time.
I'll take that one.
Okay. So that's 23 points of slashing damage and 7 points of fire damage.
Oh.
These orcs are not messing around. Jeez.
Ortega is on 4 hit points.
Ooh.
Wait, seriously? Are you immune to the fire, or are you about to die?
No, I'm about to die.
He's about to die. Yeah.
Use your movement, son, and get out of the boiling blood hot tub.
I can't. It's up to my waist. I can't get out of it.
Everybody's waist at this point. That does end its turn, which brings us to Parrish. Parrish, you are going to take some fire damage, just so you know. It's 6 points of fire damage.
6 points, eh? Well, I had eaten a cook treat, so I had 3 temp HP.
Okay.
And oh fuck, the turn. I am not good at finding a way out. I don't think it's good or healthy to jump into the blood-burning murder pit, and I very much don't think it's good for anyone else to be in that pit. So How sturdy does the door look that came down?
It was a stone slab.
Like 1 to 10 me. Like a 2?
Well, let's just say there is something that could be done that unfortunately is the only thing that it could be done.
Cool. I don't know what that means.
Let's just say it's meant to keep this pool in. It's not like you can't shimmy it. It comes from the bottom to the top, so you could try to pull it down, but it's in there. It's solid. I would say like it's probably about a 2-foot thick stone slab.
Okay. So, not a fist of cuffs my way through the situation.
Not
Got it.
Not unless you're like One Punch Man or something. You know what I mean?
Ouch. Not quite. Oh, I'm gonna wade in. I guess I'm swimming in boiling blood now.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna shout, Ortega, it's in a good place for anyone. I think we gotta go. And I'm gonna spend my turn looking for an escape route, because that's how it be.
Make another investigation check.
Hey, please don't forget, Parrish, that I've given you Bardic Inspiration earlier, but you have not yet used.
What's your Bardic?
My Bardic is so sorry. Bear with me a moment.
I think it's a D8.
My Bardic is a D8. Oh, right now it's a 1D6. Sorry.
I'll take the failure. Any more damage for jumping in to the kiddie pool?
Well, no, because you didn't really jump in. You were already like it was this, so you just kind of had to walk until you started wading. You know, like the cat was.
Yeah, it was like when you swim, when you're like already touching the bottom, and then
the bottom is gone. As you get to a certain point where you can feel the tub, like the bottom, like the top of the tub, you feel that for about a couple wades as you're going. You're maybe able to like stand on that tub. So I wouldn't say like you're probably still trying to wade in one place to keep yourself from getting pushed and pulled. But you have at least 1 foot on the tub of the rim of the tub.
I think Parrish is just going to think to himself, like, I've just come to being in this place in the ways that I can remember, and I don't like the situation that I'm being put in.
And
that's my turn.
Yeah, ending Parrish's turn. The blood level rises a little bit more for Talus and Ari. You're starting to feel it kind of around upper chest, neck level. Talus, you're up.
Okay.
How much damage did she take?
Oh yeah.
Wow, why would you bring that up? Wow.
Because I'm about to take it.
6 points of damage.
6 gets rid of all of my temp HP. Okay. So, big amount of blood in the room. Okay. I think I'm just going to follow Parrish and like start like, I don't know if there are any like clues in the room that would have given me an idea of this, but I either want to like look specifically in like the alcoves to see if there's any kind of like mechanism in there that might control the drains, or around the pool, if I think one of those would be a better place to look for something specific and mechanical. Gosh, the fire is that was crazy.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. That one.
You are maybe got some blood in your eye.
Oh, if I can do that.
Yeah, you can give her. You can use your reaction. You can burn it. Yeah, you give her advantage.
Natural 5 for an 8.
Yeah, unfortunately, you just can't.
This is the worst TPK ever.
Dead by blood. And Tatiana's just gonna be like, the rest of her life, just like in this like bliss of blood. Ending your turn brings us to Tatiana. And Tatiana, again, you do not take this boiling blood damage, but you do. You make a wisdom save, but it's because of the slumber. think.
No, she makes your wisdom save at the beginning of her turn, right?
Yes.
And then my wisdom save is at the end of her turn.
Okay.
That's awesome.
But the thing is you have technically overwritten that bloodlust. She doesn't have that bloodlust right now. So
Okay.
because she's in this dreamlike state, she's not thinking about the blood. It's just she's kind of just like, hey.
Well, I mean, I'm dreaming about the blood. I'm just not lusting over it.
Yeah, she hasn't. There's no way for her to bloodlust right now. It's
Okay. So at the end of her turn, she makes a wisdom save.
yeah.
I like that D&D gets into the minutia between dreaming of something and lusting for something, because that's a pretty close deal. But no, it's fine. Also, because it's a hot tub of blood, I don't want to discuss this further.
So I need a wisdom save, please, Tati.
Yeah, there's really not.
That's an 8, so still dreaming.
You are still in a stupor.
That's a good thing, though. That's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Because you're not killing me.
Exactly.
I mean, your death can't be blamed on me, at least.
Which
Because, well,
brings
That's such a low bar. That's such a low bar.
it brings us to Ortega's turn, and at this point, you guys are now noticing that it's been raising higher and higher really quickly after that second ritual. It's probably about mouth height now, as you guys are like trying to stay afloat. Ortega.
no.
So it's at about Ortega's chest right now.
I was gonna say, barely grazing the nipples.
How much damage do I take?
You take 10 points of fire damage.
So as Ortega is burning, he's looking back over his shoulder at Parrish and says, "Get her out of here. I'll hold them," as he just shrinks and goes below the blood as he is unconscious.
All right. Ending Ortega's turn.
Let me look something up here quick, Kyle.
Yep.
Also, well, fuck.
Out of it now?
That's what I'm looking up.
No, he's not going to go to Fae yet. It's when he's dead.
No, I'm not. No, I gotta.
No. But do I,
I'm
like,
looking to
is it...
I'm looking to see if you're not stupid.
Uh-huh. Back to
It's,
the lefty. No.
it says nothing
No.
about me in the statement, so you are still stupid.
He's still super. Yeah.
Oh, gosh darn it.
Ending Ortega's turn brings us.
It makes it really easy for Parrish to drag you out of there.
If Perry
Yeah.
gets you up, then I'm going to be severely disappointed with it.
Brings us to
I'm
Ari. You are now no longer feeling the ground, as the blood level has displaced you up high enough that you are now, I would say.
I have a question.
Yeah.
It's a physics question.
Mhm.
Do you float in blood?
You float better in blood. It's more viscous.
Dread blood?
Yeah. It's thicker than water, right? So I mean, technically, you would float. Yeah.
Probably a high
Even if you're like 200 pounds?
Yeah.
250 pounds? Okay.
Amazing thing about
Stupid question.
it's like a boat, right? If there's the lighter, if it's lighter than the surface, if it's lighter than the content that it's in as a whole, you
How much
will
weight do you displace?
You will always be as long as you're displacing more or less weight than the amount of contents in the container in which in which you are in. It's why you can have 250,000 ton boats sailing no problem, because they're not displaced.
I get that, but I know that dead bodies sink after a while.
After a while, you got time. You got time. You're still breathing, and it's
Anything, you've given yourself more surface area. You float better.
and blood has a high salt content, so
That's what I said.
it's
Okay, so we're getting into great physics stuff, but this is still my best friend head in a pool of blood. So I'm gonna cast Healing Word.
okay.
Use my last spell slot, and I'm gonna cast Healing Word.
What's the word?
The Healing Word is don't leave me. And Healing Word for me is a
A D4 plus your charisma.
spellcasting modifier, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so my spellcasting modifier is a +2, which is not a ton, but if I can get you a turn, then I'll take it. 4! So that's 6 points of healing. And Ari reaches out and says, "Please don't leave me." And casts
You're
Healing
gonna have
Word.
to speak over. You went way quiet.
Oh, that's fine. He's just sad and probably crying through it, or has blood in his mouth. But he said, "Please please don't leave me. And he casts Healing Word, which I think pops Ortega up. I also have resistance to fire damage. I haven't rolled damage for myself yet from the blood.
Yes, so you had taken, so this round it would have been 6, but it's resistance to 3. And your last wound was, I think your last round was included somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry, man. I just missed that. My apologies.
You were.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll adjust my health down those points accordingly. That's a bonus action. So that means, the Healing Word was a bonus action, so I can't do my surge. I will shoot the one closest to me in the face.
Okay.
You can action surge if you want to action surge.
You can definitely action surge.
Let's see what happens. 18 plus 7 to hit. So 25 to hit. Or can I choose to action surge after I see if this one's dead or not?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Then the damage is 6 plus 2 for 8 points of piercing damage.
I don't think you can action surge because you healing worded.
Yeah, I don't think I get to. It's a bonus action.
Action surge doesn't take a bonus action.
Is it?
Creates a new action.
Disgusting.
It's unreal. It's great. It's amazing. I love it.
Nice. It's nice to have some power sometimes. So is it dead?
So as you are like treading blood, you really quickly you take a shot. It skims across the surface of the blood and it pelts the in the back of the head, and you see blood go and then just kind of like splatter over top as it becomes lifeless and floats away. As that happens, the blood level way down drops before the chain link. It's still not enough. So Parrish, Ortega, and Tatiana are still in the blood, but you and Talus are no longer in the blood.
Awesome. Action surge. I'm gonna kill that other orc.
Go for it.
17 plus 7 to hit.
That'll hit.
I got my nat 1s out early.
Just remember, you do have like a total of 3 attacks to do on this guy because you did 1 attack.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna kill it with everything I have. Yeah. So then it's 9 plus 2 for 11 points of damage on the first shot.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna shoot him again. 13 plus 7 for a 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
11 plus 2 for 13 points of damage.
Okay.
I love shooting things in D&D. It's so fun. Also, check out this thing I learned.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Rad.
And
Why?
Josh, why are you the coolest?
Pardon?
Why are you the coolest?
Honestly, man, fell backwards into it. Nothing good about me.
He put up the devil horns and became Jesus.
That was crazy.
Ending your turn brings us to the last orc standing. It's going to see that Ortega
Attack the big guy that's still breathing.
You're floating there. He knows that he's hurt you enough.
Yeah.
He's going to.
He has advantage because I am prone.
He doesn't even.
Oh, he doesn't get to not be prone? He's still prone after Of course he is, yeah. It's not like Healing Words.
Yeah, I have a chance to stand up.
In fairness, he might have disadvantage because he's swimming.
No, he actually does not. Not swimming anymore. Let's put it that way.
Let me tell you, every time I've tried to kill someone while I was swimming, it was way harder than I thought it was gonna be.
Super hard, actually.
Super hard. Gosh.
Yeah,
Treading the water while killing someone?
That was actually a lot easier.
So the first one did not hit Tatiana, but the second one was a dirty 20 to hit Tatiana. It's 16 points of slashing damage to Tatiana. And
He definitely had advantage on her, and it's actually an auto crit because she's incapacitated.
Oh, it's an auto crit. Okay.
She is incapacitated.
That's why.
Hey, Niall. You didn't say that, man. Hey, Niall. What the hell?
Just gotta make it interesting. Ortega's the one that 6 hit points.
I gotta do some math.
Oh, stop. Please stop. I have silvery barbs.
Oh, you do?
Does it matter if it's an auto crit?
It's an auto. Yeah, it does. As long as it hits with an incapacitated, it's an auto crit.
Yeah, but he can still give you disadvantage, and you could technically miss.
You have to reuse your roll. But if it's an auto crit, re-rolling the lower 20 doesn't matter.
No, but
If it misses her, then it misses her.
if it misses her AC,
Oh, then silvery barbs.
okay.
I will.
You used the last spell slot on Healing Word, though?
Ari's just looking at this orc so condescendingly that it hurts his sense of self.
You
You ever had someone just look at you and just be like,
used your last spell slot though.
shit? Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. Oh, these stupid stacked combats.
I'm not the only one this time.
I'm running out of spell. I'm out of spell slots. I've never run out of spell slots before. Shit.
So I
Welcome to Masters.
yeah.
Multi.
This is not a level 6 dungeon. We are so in over our heads.
This sucks.
So Tatiana, instead of taking 16 points of damage, you are actually taking
No.
34 points of damage.
I'm still standing, bitches.
You're the best around.
And that ends its turn, which brings us to Parrish, and you will take 10 points of fire damage.
I feel like it should be less because there's less of it, but okay, that's fair.
I only do the dice.
I hate that. Is Ortega still up?
Yes.
He's up, but he's still prone.
Yeah.
But he's not going to be up if he takes the same amount of damage he took last time.
I will, I think, remember what the moment he helped Talus up upstairs when he saw her fall and didn't know how to help and helped anyway. And I think Parrish is going to decide that is a choice he's going to make and solidify an oath further that he's making to himself, which is people deserve to be healed. And he's going to pick Ortega up if I can make him not prone and give him another 10 HP.
Okay.
As my action and movement and bonus action. Why not?
Okay.
And that is my turn, and I'm just gonna say we gotta get out of here.
Gotta kill that one.
Brings us to Talus, who is now no longer taking any fire damage.
Oh, thank God.
That's great. Huge fan of that. Okay. Now,
It is back
feel
up to, it is like her soul. It's back up to that soul part.
I feel like it's worth it to keep looking for a thing because I feel like there's gotta be a thing. And maybe all the blood will disappear if I just killed this orc. Who knows? Kyle, have I wasted all of my turns on these investigate checks? Or if I make this one, will it reveal something? Who knows?
Who knows? You can do whatever you
This sucks. I can and I will. You know, I think Talus has had a moment where she's like, no, there's got to be a trick. And you know what? So far, there has not been a trick. So now she's going to throw a bunch of Eldritch Blasts.
Yes.
Oh boy, can she do that. Okay. So first of all, I am going to hex the orc,
Okay.
which is very exciting. I'm going to give it disadvantage on strength checks. I don't know. And so that's my bonus action. And then I'm going to Eldritch Blast, which I'm just now realizing I have 2 beams per attack, which is very exciting. So I'm going to hit it. That's a 13.
13 will not hit.
Okay. Second one is a 10, so that's fine. I'm going to action surge, and I'm gonna try again. Damn it. That's on the floor. It's gone forever. All right. That's a 21 to hit.
21 will hit.
Yes.
Okay. And the second one is a 23, so that also hits.
Yeah.
And then it's my other D10 here. Ooh, nice. Okay, so that's going to be 16 plus 10 for 26 damage overall.
It goes.
And actually, before you say anything, I also have a hex, so that's an extra 12 damage.
Perfect. It goes down.
Bam.
From the back, from the nosebleeds, just as it goes down, the blood empties out back completely empty. The pool is completely empty. Tatiana and Ortega, actually, well, all of you, really, just covered in this blood as the stone slab doors open up once again. And
Is the blood still boiling?
the blood is no longer still boiling. We are okay. And that's where we're going to end it tonight.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh my God. I just want to run over to Ortega. Oh my God.
Ortega wants to dump Tatiana out of the blood before he lets go of his...
It's all gone. Tati's sad.
As the last few drops of blood trickle away into nothingness, our valiant heroes stand on the brink of despair and determination. Their encounter with the true perils of this ancient fortress has left them battered but unbowed. In a room filled with boiling blood, they face the very essence of danger, teetering on the edge of oblivion. Their escape was a narrow one, but their spirits remain unbroken. As they regroup, their resolve grows stronger, fueled by the bonds of friendship that bind them together. I've been your host and Dungeon Master Kyle, and thank you listeners for joining us on this perilous journey, and special thanks to MAB Music for their incredible contributions. Until next time, let us remain by their side as they press ever onward, vigilant and brave, for the true test of their mettle has only just begun.